All right, I don't have to say it again. BodesWell aligns your finances with the life you want to live. I'm Matthew Bellows, this is Bernie Bernstein, and we founded this company to answer the questions that many of us have. Can I quit my job and do a startup? Can I retire at 50, not 60 or 70? Can I buy the house on the lake? Can I help mom with long-term care? Can I give more money to charity? But we're building BodesWell for the mass affluent, the largest and most underserved segment of the consumer finances world. Yes, the mass affluent currently uses things like Mint and Quicken and 1,000 other budgeting tools to answer their sort of month-over-month cash flow questions, but none of those software help them with like the long-term overlapping financial obligations that many of us have. And yes, many mass affluent people use financial planners, but frankly, with less than $1 million or $2 million of assets to invest, they don't get the A-team, and so they're not all that satisfied with the services that they get. Thus, the opportunity for BodesWell. But unlike some of the people that you've seen present in the past, we're not a matchmaking service trying to get consumers to talk to financial planners. We're a software company building everything in software so that it scales across hundreds of thousands or millions of users. And we're also not a robo-advisor. We don't care where you keep your assets. We just want to help you align your finances with the life you want to live. We're looking for one exclusive partner to integrate with in the financial world and bring the future of financial planning out to your customer base. So without further ado, let's just get to the product. Okay, what we're looking at here is, yeah, there we go. So here is one of our mentor characters. This is Jesse. Our mentor characters basically serve to both teach you the application and guide you through the process of reaching your goals. Here's the other one, Scotty. And Scotty is going to kick off the tutorial that will walk you through the process, but we're going to skip all that and just jump right into the middle of the thing. Obviously, a new consumer would not see this big confusing thing. In fact, they would be stepped through how to think about each one, but I'll briefly go over each phase. So, oh, thank you. So she's asking if we have any new goals today. At the very top, you have the status, right? People just want to know, am I okay? And so there are only 3 states, all good, not bad, or not good. Then you have your money, so that's your net worth, that's your assets minus your debts, and your target. Your target is basically 25 times your annual expenses. Once you reach that target, then work for you is optional. You don't have to retire, but you don't need to work. Then the date at which you'll reach that target, given the plan that you see below you. And then your status. So you can click, click, click into the future to see how those numbers change. If you're interested in a certain year, 65 or whatever, you can zoom forward into the future. You're looking at basically a big, long timeline here. Let's look at income. So these are your income and your expenses are brought directly into BodesWell from your existing bank services. We use Plaid like everybody else. And we grab the data and we instantly make a budget for you. Let's look at the expenses then. So all the features you would expect in an expense management app are in here, right? You can click in, you can see transaction levels, you can recategorize things if iTunes should be in some other thing. Then you can set a rule to say every iTunes should always be categorized this way. Like all those things you would expect are in here. Similarly, we've imported your investments. You can either add them manually or grab them via Plaid. And your debts, your credit card, your car loans, your mortgages, etc., are all laid out here for you. But that's not really interesting, right? What really is interesting is when you start to think, how does this affect my life and what's going to happen in the future? So let's say, for example, I had a bad day at work, the presentation didn't go so well. What if I lose my job? So I'm going to lose my job onto the timeline, and then it's just going to instantly recalculate and say, oh yeah, we can't survive on just my wife's salary. I can't lose my job, so I'm not going to do that. In fact, I've been talking to this recruiter, and I might get another job, so let's try the new job and drag that on the timeline. And oh, that starts to look better. Actually, let's click in there and let's change the defaults so that it matches the conversations that we've already had. And yeah, of course, so that's even better. That sounds good. Now, if we did that, maybe I could buy that house on the lake that we vacation in. So maybe I'll drag that house in the lake, yeah, a couple years, and yeah, $500,000 sounds about right, but that thing's going to take $100,000 to renovate, so let me put the renovation in there. Oh, I forgot to mention, that was Jessie. She showed up when I dropped that on the timeline, she showed up to say, would you like some quests? Because obviously buying a house is more than just financing it. There are steps involved, and we do that through these quests that basically step you through the process of getting ready for your goal. So I bought my house. That looks good. You know, actually, I've got a ton of cash left. Can I buy a $2 million house instead of a $500,000 house? Let's see what would happen. You know, we're aligning our finances with the life we want to live. Oh, we definitely cannot do it. But you can see, actually, if you stop there for a sec, you can see that the down payment hits in that right quarter. There's my home equity, and my mortgage shows up on the line. So I can really start to visualize how these different pieces come together. Yeah, let's bring it maybe down to 750 or something, okay? Yeah, 15-year mortgage, et cetera. Like, it's all built in there. Basically, like, these are the financial calculators that are isolated on the web, but now put into a holistic package. Yeah, let me show Save for Home. So in addition to having the long-term goal for you, we create a short-term goal that helps you get there month over month over month. And you can see the different stats, but most importantly is this streak, right? A streak is contributing month over month over month to step towards your goal. So we help people get in the direction that they want to go. And there's so much more to show here. We have all these other events along the bottom, and we're adding more all the time. We don't really have time for the longevity thing. I'd love to show it to you more. To wrap it up, we're looking for an exclusive partner in the financial services industry to integrate the future of financial planning into your insurance firm, your investment firm, or your bank, and bring this out in 2020 to your customers. You can learn more at BodesWell.io or come visit us downstairs. Thank you very much.